Hello and welcome to today's video, which is setting up my reading journal for the month of November. November is starting soon, so I complete my setup prior to the start of the month so that I can jot down anything from the beginning of the month without any issues. As you can see, I have books around, and these are books I borrowed and I'm very excited to read this month. Now that I have my layout done and all my markers and pens are in a mug, I can start the setup now. I like baking, specifically sweets like cookies, as can also be seen by the videos that I post here. Recently, I have wanted to challenge myself with making things I usually don't make or never have made. I started baking my own bread, and while it is difficult for me because I have to keep track of how long I let the dough rise and when to knead it, it has surprisingly also been very fun. For that reason, I wanted the theme for November to be a bread theme. It's also neutral colors for the theme, since bread is typically beige or brown tones, and those are the colors I will be using. I am going to have different types of bread on each of these pages. For this one, I have bread loaves on the left with the month title, and on the right a croissant that is very big because I didn't want to have that much empty space on these pages. I wanted to note that I started out tracing my drawings with pen on the left, as you can see, but ended up not liking how it looks, so I switched to firmly outlining it with marker and then filling it in with lighter markering. Drawing out this bagel basically showed me that bagels and donuts, drawing wise, are the same thing. They're both beige colored and are just the same shape, so there isn't really a difference in donuts and bagels. When I was drawing this, I was thinking, is this a donut? But the difference between a donut and bagel would be the toppings on it. A bagel is just plain and maybe color from seeds, while a donut gets its color from the frosting on top, and so it could be pink, blue, a lot of colors, which a bagel can't be. Which was very interesting to realize when making this bagel. I use library books to keep track of the books I have borrowed for the month. This includes ebooks and physical books because I like looking at how many books I borrowed for the entirety of the month. For the next spread, I am drawing out a loaf of bread because they are the easiest type of bread to make. This is the November book spread, which is where I write down all the books that I have finished for this month. I also include, when I am writing out the books, the rating that I gave to each book so that I can just note that information. I tear out the middle paper in half because I like in the books tracker page to have a place where I just have drawings, and if needed I can write down whatever I want last minute. I usually outline with pen, so it is so strange for me to use marker instead, but it looks better actually. So on the left side I have the list of books I'm reading, so they are easy to track. And on the right side I have a calendar where I put when I start a book and when I finished, and I will have a designated color for each of the books I read, just so I can differentiate between the books. Next up is the overview spread, where I have for the end of the month the statistics. By that I mean I have how many books I rated 1 star to 5 stars, or what genre of books I read this month, and which was the genre I most read this month. Quotes is for anything that was memorable in a book that I want to remember, so I write it down. If I really liked what a certain character said, I would write that out here as well. That's what the quotes page is for. This is a new one that I'm going to try for this month. Book list is for me to write out books that I found out about and want to read, or book titles so that I can remember to look for them in the library, or where I can find them in the library. I think I made the bread loaf in the middle too big, but I can't do anything about that now. I want to see how useful this will be for me, since I usually go to a library with books in mind, written out and everything, but no idea where to find them, what area to go specifically in the library, where to go in terms of Dewey Decimal System. So hopefully this will be helpful with me knowing all that information prior to going to the library and saving time. Book notes will be the last page of my setup. I use this as a space to write my thoughts on a book that I am reading, or if I have a theory as to what is going to happen in the book. Sometimes I write out how shocked I was by a twist or how much I like the book. Here is a quick flip through of all that I did today. Cover page, library books, November books, books tracker, I forgot to fill this out, so I'm doing that very quickly right now. Overview page. Quotes list. Book list, I mean. And book notes. That's all that I did for my setup today. It took a lot of time to sketch this out, and it feels great having it all finished now. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.